Hey, what's up everyone? This is Weapon X Comics, and tonight we're here in celebration of Doom143 surpassing 700 subs now. And as a matter of fact, he's almost at 800, so keep those subs coming. Congratulations to Doom for all your success, and here's to much more. So, what I'm doing today, or tonight, is I'm entering his contest, and he's a very generous man. I've already experienced that firsthand. He's a very good dude, so I hope he gets tons more subs from this because let's face it, the guy deserves it. And there's a reason why he has so many subs. Anybody who sees his videos and knows how enthusiastic he is about the hobby, you'll automatically know why he has so many supporters and why he's getting so many new ones. So yeah, let's get back to it. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shout out 3 people, and I'd very much like everyone to go ahead and give them a sub and show them some support as well. They really don't have too many subs so far, so if we could just go on there and give them a little bit of support. Some of these guys got some good stuff too, so got a lot to offer, and they want to be part of the community, so let's offer them a warm welcome. First, let's start with Mrcollector 123. Second, Cyle 13, and third, Thimothe Canadian Comic Hunter. I'm going to have a link to each of their channels in the description, so please feel free to go there and sub them. And if for any reason you're not already sub to Doom, there'll also be a link there for him as well. And yeah, so I please urge everyone to sub these 4 gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. What we have here is a collection of I guess my 50 favorite comics at the moment. I had a little bit of a difficult time picking just 50, and I actually had a difficult time actually pulling these guys out of the boxes. So a lot of time and effort went into this. But I had actually cut out a few things that I wanted to put in there, but what are you gonna do? First off, though, I'm gonna start off with this this Transformers sketch cover. This book was actually done by a fellow YouTuber, Comic Brains. Now, I believe tonight, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his name, Drakir. He also received one of these. He got a really cool Logan sketch. But this is my Lou Reed Transformer album cover on a Transformers book. I won a contest a while back from Comic Brains, and I kind of half-heartedly, I kind of did want, I did want this, but I didn't think he was going to do it. So I just said, do whatever you want, but I threw this suggestion out there kind of, half serious, half joking. And he actually took me up on it, and he did it. And it was, I think this is probably my favorite book that I received. I think this was from last year. So I was ecstatic when I received this book. And if you've been watching any of my hauls, ever since I received this book, I'm pretty sure it's always been here. So it's always in. That's how much I love the thing. So it became a part of all my haul videos. So I'm very, very much appreciative of that book. So these are really in no particular order, by the way. So here we have Star Wars #1. The great thing about this book is I just stumbled across it. Matter of fact, when when Longshanks and I started hanging out about a decade ago, over a decade ago, we became friends because of because of comics and the hobby. So we went down to Frankenson's, and I think there were either 3 or 4 of these on a wall, and each one was marked like $40, but there was like a big paper in front of them. It said $5. I was like, what? No way. So I got a really beautiful copy of Star Wars like a decade ago for $5, and it's a new stand as well. Really great copy. He got one too, and actually I bought an extra one because I have a relative who's a huge Star Wars fan, and so I gave it to them. and they've actually had it like displayed in their living room ever since I gave it to them. So I was this is probably I didn't get too many crazy deals when I was younger, or really at all, but this is probably one of the bigger, you know, like, wow, you got a good deal on that book. So yeah, I was happy to get it. Here's Secret Wars number 8. This is, of course, the first appearance of the symbiote costume. This and Amazing Spider-Man 252, I really wanted for a long time, but again, like I said, well, I've said it in hauls, but I never really invested in you know, bigger dollar books when I was younger. Only if I stumbled across something and I got it super cheap in like a dollar bin, or well, 50-cent bin back then. You know, I'd get lucky that way, but never did get lucky with this book. I actually picked this up I think like January of last year, or yeah, about, I think maybe January last year. Went to the Yorba Linda Comic Con, and I was talking to this one vendor. I had just made my purchase, and this book just came up in conversation, and he had it up on the wall for like $75 or something. But I had pretty much just spent most everything I had on him at his booth, and this book came up, and I was like, yeah, you know, I didn't get it when I was a kid, but you know, whatever. I guess I'll never have it. I was kind of more joking about it, and he's like, really, how much you got on you? And I was like, well, you know, I opened my wallet. I got like $25. He's like, you could have it for 25. I was like, what? So, yeah, I refused a couple times, but the guy he's like, no, really, I want you to have it. so I got this for $25. So, and it's a really, really nice copy. You know, I was so happy to get it too. Yeah, I think I got another book that I got from that con. Not this. I don't think it was this visit. It was another visit. But yeah, really happy to have this book. This is a book I really wanted since I was a kid. There's Amazing Spider-Man number 361. What did I pay for this? I think I paid about $30 for this. It's a newsstand copy. First appearance of Carnage. This book has a lot of room to grow, and he's a great villain. The guy's a maniac. So I always say that, you know, what makes a great hero is having a really good villain or a great villain, and I believe Carnage is one of those villains. So this book has a lot of potential to grow, and if nothing else, it's a you know, it's a really cool book. So happy to get this. I think I got it for 30. Yeah, that doesn't say. 30 Days a Night number 1. There's a first print. There's a little bit of a story behind this. I actually got lucky, and I found the first print of 1, 2, 3, like right when they got hot, and not too much longer after it came out, I think. And I bought the whole set for $7. I was so happy when I found them, and I was like, wow, this was like the ultimate deal I got when I was a kid, or in my late teens. Because they were going for a couple $100, I think, at the time. But I ended up trading it, and I felt really foolish about it. You know, years later, I felt, you know, foolish that I traded them away. I got some X-Men comics for it because I'm a big X-Men guy, so I had some like X-Men comics waved in front of my face, and I just kind of like, okay, yeah, you could take them. But I managed to find this again. Let me see. It was a road trip with Longshanks, and yeah, this was. Let me see. What did I have it marked at? I think he had it marked at like 40. I think I got him down to $30 on it. So first print of 30 Days a Night. This is a book that had been killing me for a long time. That, you know, that I let it go, and there are not that many of them. So I'm really happy to have it back. You know, if I don't get 2 or 3 again, you know, oh well, but I'm just happy I have that back again. Milk and Cheese, number 1. You know, everybody knows about this book. It's really low print runs. First print. This book, I found a set of these. I think it was like 1, 2, and 3. And they were first prints. And Where was this? At the Reef. It used to be the Shrine Convention, but this was now they're holding at the Reef. I found it for $10, but the thing is, I know Longshanks really wanted this, so I was like, you know what, screw it. So I just passed it to him. I let him take it. Not too much longer after that, we were in another store. There was some like half price sale or something, and he found a really nice copy of Milk and Cheese #1. So he got that. He got a great deal on it, and yeah, the next time I saw him, he just gave this back to me. So thanks, Longshanks. So yeah, he did me a solid. That was really nice of him. Tomb of Dracula #10. I got both of these bad boys. This is my first copy. This is my second one. Just so happy to own these. This is the first appearance of Blade. It's funny, when I found this one, I got this one for, what did I pay for it? $22. It had, what was it called? It had grease. It had like a grease pencil, a big 6 and a slash on it, and it's got some folds in it. But a friend of mine was able to clean it up for me, and so yeah, I was I was so happy with this. And then yeah, I came across this one. What was it? A couple weeks ago? Was it 2-3 weeks now? I came across that copy. I ended up getting this one higher grade for $12.50. So, like I've mentioned before, this is a book I didn't think I was ever going to own, and now I've got 2 of them, and just blown away by that, because I didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid, so I would always troll like 50-cent bins when I'd go into cons, and so like, unless I found that in a bin, and there was no way in hell I would have gotten it. And now as an adult, you get a little bit more money, so but even now, just to find it at those prices, that's crazy. So I always kind of feel like I'm a kid when I find something like that, and I get a good deal on it. I still get excited like if I was a child. All right, Fantastic Four #46 is the first appearance of Black Bolt. Really not much to say about it. I've never showed this book before. I actually got it from Shant. Hey Shant, how's it going? He doesn't make any YouTube videos, but he watches like all of your videos. He's a guy I just run across all the time. I always run into him at Spiro's Heroes. So thank you very much for selling this to me. He actually gave me a really good deal. He sold this to me for $12. It does have, see that hole punch there, and it's got one right there. But even like that, I'm happy with it. Yeah, cool to have the first appearance of Black Bolt. Not crazy into the Inhumans. I'm not gonna lie and act like I'm a super fan, but I'm still happy to own this. I think it's still cool. I love owning, or I love getting something like this, something that's out of my reach, and just finding a good deal for it. Here's Daredevil #131. This first appearance of Bullseye. This is another book that is kind of like another hand-me-down, I guess, from Longshanks. This I think he upgraded his copy for like $7 or something crazy like that. So yeah, he managed to find like a really nice copy, and so he knew I wanted one, so he ended up giving me this one. So I was really happy about this. This is cool. Yeah, Bullseye is ridiculously crazy. Adamantium spine and all. Okay, this is Punisher #1, by Garth Ennis. Is from the Max series. The reason this book is here, actually, I've shown quite a bit of these hardcovers off in my previous hauls. I'll randomly just have them up. But the reason for that is because I don't think I've ever. This is the pinnacle Punisher here. If you're going to show somebody the Punisher, if you're going to read the Punisher for the first time, start here. Or, buy a trade, buy that guy right there. And just read Garth Ennis's run. It's ridiculously good. This is one, is easily one of my best. It is one of my favorite runs of all time. There's quite a few of them actually, but this is like for me Fable's level of enjoyment. So two very different titles, but this is like the Punisher at his zenith, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't think it'll ever get any better than that. I don't know how it could. So this is just Punisher #1 from the Max series. Very affordable. All the books are very affordable. Even this #1, you could find this in a dollar bin. Maybe $5, priced normally. The only book you probably have trouble finding is the first appearance of Barracuda. So that one might be a $20 book. But other than that, this is very, very attainable if you just want to buy the issues. This is a Saga Swamp Thing #21. It's part of Alan Moore's. This is a second issue in Alan Moore's run. And, well, in this issue, it gets... I kind of don't want to give too much away what happens in this, but you learn a little bit more about Swamp Thing's origin, and well, I wouldn't want to be in Swamp Thing's shoes. It's kind of devastating news, but anyway, it's really good run, really creepy. All the characters have a lot of depth, and I don't know. It's just a good read. This is something else I really recommend reading this run. I would have put I would have put issue 20 in here because that being the first one, but 21 is just where it started getting really weird. So it was really good. So this is where it kind of really kicked off. This is Superman #199. Oh, that's what I get this. Oh, I don't know what I paid for that one. Superman #199. I got this book for $12.50. I bundled it in when I got my upgraded copy of Tomb of Dracula 10. This is one of the books I got. This is the first Superman Flash race. And yeah, it's seen better days, but it's mine, and I'm really happy to own it. Another book that I've been wanting since childhood. I'd only seen pictures of it when I was a kid, and I'd be like, wow, imagine owning that book. So, yeah, I probably saw it like in a Wizard magazine or something, or in one of the other races, maybe it had a picture of this, and I just like, wow. Maybe one day I'll have that, but you never, as a kid, I was like, yeah, right, you're never going to get that thing, but, now to have it, it's one, just, yeah, joy of childhood just comes back for a little bit, but, I'm really happy to have this book. Really cool. Look at that thing. This is San Diego Comic-Con Comics #2. This is the first color appearance of Hellboy. For years, I always see this on walls for like $60. So I don't know. It's like it's his first appearance. Well, American appearance, I guess. But wait a minute. Wait, is this? No, this is black and white appearance, right? Yeah, this is a black and white one. Excuse me. It's a preview book, so he doesn't really, he's not really in there like a real story, but, whatever. So I wouldn't really want to pay the $60. That's the point I'm getting at. But let me see. Let's see it. Yeah, and I was digging through some boxes. Where was this? This was at the Claremont Packing House. I was flipping through the books, and then I came across this, and I pull it out and looking at that board, and I was like, that's kind of weird. I've never seen that one before. All right. So just seeing this sparked my curiosity. So I flip it over and I find that. It's like, oh, cool. All right. How much do you want for this? And the guy says $5. So, this is definitely a book I would never have paid full price for. I wanted it, but I just couldn't drop the money on it because it's just like a convention book for some. I don't feel the same connection as if it were something like this or this. But I'm just the deal alone. That was great. This is All Star Comics Presents Super Squad number 58. This is the first appearance of Power Girl. This was this guy was selling a bunch of comic books on Craigslist, and this was like the first time I got Longshanks to go with me. I was like, come on, man, we got to go check this place out. I think it's going to be good. Didn't really have too many pictures or anything, but it just sounded good. We ended up finding a ton of great books there, and this was one of them. I actually got this for $2. So, yeah, there was a certain time on the ad that you could be there. Like, it opens at 10, no early birds or whatever, something like that. And we kept seeing people walking into this place. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And so we walk in like 5 minutes early, and all those people that had walked past us while we were parked outside, they were in there digging. So they had like a 20-minute jump on us, and we just started tearing through the place. And bam, like this was one of the first books I pick up, right? And there's some lady like a couple boxes from me. She's like, oh man, she saw that I picked it up. So we destroyed that place. So I don't know what those people were doing in there, but we took a ton of books out of that place. And we didn't see anybody else do that, and they had a like 20-minute head start on us. So really happy to own this. If I have the ability to upgrade it, it's like in fine condition, I'll do that, but I'm happy with this copy. If this is all I get. This is Batman Adventures Mad Love. Another book that it's just kind of out of reach. I like the book, and it's really cool for what it is. It's a good story. Actually, if you guys take another, if you guys have you buy the trade or something of Mad Love, you read that, it's a little like, oh crap, I don't know. With the Joker beating up Harley and all that, and it's a little domestic violence, if you know what I'm talking about, is like, but domestic violence aside, I guess. It's a cool book to own. Early Harley Quinn. Really, really cool book. Great cover. I ended up finding this one is my... Oh, okay. This is the copy I got out of the... we got out of a dollar bin. Longshanks and I found a couple of these. I think we did. Yeah. So I actually upgraded this for $12.50, but it's in a stack somewhere. I got a slightly better copy of this. So I'd like to have Batman Adventures 12, but I guess that's gonna be this is gonna be the next best thing for me. This is Batman 608 Jim Lee variant. Let me see here. Move this aside. I'll just put this. Well, this is actually signed by Jim Lee. It connects to this Superman 204. Well, the only reason I'm showing this is this is one of the books I actually got lucky with. Back when it came out, I actually saw a big stack of these, and where was I? It was at Frankenstein's. Yeah, I was at Frankenstein's, and I saw a big stack of those. I was like, wait a minute, because I had been buying the whole Hush run, and I was like, I don't have that cover. I was trying to buy all the covers. I was like, I don't have that one. So that's the only reason I picked it up. I bought it for cover price. I know it was a lot hotter before, but really, from the books I had from when I was from child to late teens, I guess, maybe like 20 years old or something. I didn't really get lucky with too many books, but I heard this book was hot, and I was like, wait a minute, you know what? I bought a copy of that way back, and Longshanks wasn't too sure if I was telling the truth, and when I finally picked my stuff up, it was in there. So I got lucky with this book, so I was just really happy to own it. And it's really cool when you buy a book at cover price and it just blows up. This book, I wish I'd bought one at its cover price, but I still got a good deal on it. I ended up picking up for $25. This is Batman 655, first appearance of Damian Wayne. Although I own this book, gotta say, it's kind of a weak first appearance. He's just in a silhouette and like one panel at the end. But, you know, what are you gonna do? It's got a cool cover, so whatever. Happy to own this. I wish I had John Kent's first appearance, you know, the variant to the Lois and Clark book. I'm still looking for it, but you know, right now I kind of don't want to drop $30 on it. I'm hoping to find it, you know, a little cheaper. But happy to own this book. I believe the Super Sons are, you know, they're I believe this is a good investment book if you're looking for that. I just want it because I you know, I dig Damian as a character, and you know, him and John Kent. I want to have all of their, you know, their keys or whatever, because I think they're cool characters. This is Batman number 635. First appearance of Jason Todd as Red Hood. I really dig Jason Todd's character. He's let's see, I guess he's like the Punisher of the Bat Crew. He does the things that they're not willing to do, and you know, it's just the dynamic he has with Batman, and you know, where he stands in the Bat family. I guess I just dig it. He's like, I guess, the Wolverine or something. So he's a good character, and you know, the way they brought him back, and I guess Bucky, they did it the right way. It wasn't cheesy, you know, and actually people grew to love them, and they like them more than ever now. So this is a cool book to have for that reason. And speaking of Jason Todd, this is a book I just picked up. Oh yeah, this guy, I paid either $2 or less than $2 because I found a few of these. You can see those in my old hauls. This is Batman number 357. This is the first appearance, I guess, of Jason Todd, and has a cameo of Killer Croc. Killer Croc actually has a bigger presence in this book than Jason Todd. Jason Todd looks like a little blonde girl in this book. And another book I kind of feel, you know, now that I own it and I've read it, and I was a little disappointed by the story. Batman gets beat up by some random goons, you know, things like that. But yeah, I mean, you kind of just see Jason Todd in one panel. I swear I thought he was a little girl. Like when I first read it, I was like, who the hell is this kid? Is blonde, and he's blonde. So it's just like one little panel that they're in, and I'm not quite sure how that's Jason Todd's first appearance, but I got it for $16, so you know, a good deal. I'm happy to own the first appearance, I guess, of Jason Todd, but I was kind of hoping with a little bit more substance for this book, but it's a Jason Todd key, so I'm happy to own it for that. This is Vengeance of Bane, number 1, first appearance of Bane. This is easily one of Batman's greatest villains. You know, I haven't been buying too much of the current stuff or the current Bane appearances, but from what I hear from Longshanks, they're not really giving Bane the respect he's due. He keeps coming off as I don't know, like a dumb goon, and he gets beaten up by random people. It's just, you know, Bane broke the bat. he took out all the Bat family off panel because, you know, that's how, you know, powerful and intelligent and cunning he is. And you know, as time goes on, they're kind of dumbing him down to turn him into the Hulk, you know, weak Hulk. But he's a really good villain. Maybe not in this book in particular, but yeah, he's one of Batman's great villains. Happy to own it for that. It's funny how a lot of these first appearances aren't that great of reads, but yeah, I'm really happy to own it. High grade. As a matter of fact, I found this book in a dollar bin with that the Harley Quinn Mad Love, or the Batman Mad Love book. I found these together. This is another book I bought at cover price. I actually I bought like a huge run of Captain America. I was buying them off the rack. So this is a book I bought off the rack. Captain America 6 is the first appearance of the Winter Soldier. I kind of spoke about him already with the Jason Todd thing, but the changes they made to the character, yeah, he really, they did a great job bringing him back. So I'm happy to own it for that. You know, having a first appearance of a really cool character, there's nothing much more to ask for, especially when you buy it for cover price or less. My comic shop at the time was giving me a little bit of a discount, so I probably got this for less than cover. Alright, this is Vengeance #1. This is the variant. Keep bumping the camera. I found this guy in a dollar bin, one of my road trips with Longshanks. This was already kind of heating up at the time, and I was so happy when I found this thing. Yeah, it's a great copy. It's like beautiful near mint condition. I found it in a dollar bin. First appearance of Miss America Chavez. This book has a lot of potential to grow. The thing I like about this is it's a minority character, but this character is her own person. She's not taking somebody else's persona. You know, she's not a light version of somebody else. She's her own character, and so that's great. It's you know what I mean. It's not well, I'm sure everybody's sick of that stuff already, as I am. I just don't dig that. I don't dig when you kind of shoehorn different people in to characters, and you know it's not going to stay that way. It's just kind of playing like lip service or whatever to I don't know. It's a bad way of trying. It's a bad way of trying to include other people when it's not going to last. It's just like a flash in the pan, and you know it's going to go back to the status quo. So it's kind of insulting. But to have you know, a strong minority character who's their own person, that's definitely something I could get on board with, and I'm really happy about that. And I really hope that there are more characters like this that come around. It's Fables #1. I love this run. I got both covers, so I'm going to show them both. You know, they're both of these covers were I think it was like a 50-50. So there's a run that Longshanks got me into, and it's so good. This is one of the best comic book stories I've ever read. It's so good. There's so many characters, but there's so many layers to it, and I don't know how to describe it, but you care about everybody in the story, but there's so many people in there, or so many characters, so many different things and storylines, but it's not really convoluted. It's really done well, and you really do you invest yourself into the characters, and you care what's happening to them, and you know, when something bad happens, you feel it, because that's how real they start becoming as you read more and more. It was really well written. I can't say enough good things about Fables, so yeah, that's why it's in the top 50 for sure. Also, Fables #6. Check this out. This is the RRP variant. There's about 200 copies of this book. I found this on a road trip with my bud Longshanks, as always. I found this in a store, and what did I get this guy for? I ended up paying $40 for this book. This book is about a $200 book. So I think it was marked at $50, and I got him down to $40. So yeah, it's signed by Bill Willingham. This is like the, I guess this is this is a crown jewel of all Fables books. So if you're a Fables completionist, this would definitely be a book that you would need to have in your collection. Yeah, so I love Fables. I'm so happy to own this book. This is Magneto #0. This is the gold foil variant. This book I remember seeing, let me see, how old was I? I don't know. I was pretty young. But I remember when this came out, And I can't remember the exact price, but this is another book when I was a kid. I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to afford that. It was like one of those books you look at like, wow, I wish I could own that. Where was I? So this is another road trip with the usual suspect. Uh, I found this guy for $10, and so I figured, oh wow, cool, finally found this thing. I've been wanting it for a long time, but I thought it wasn't a big deal anymore. But if you go on, go check on eBay and try to find a copy of this, you're not gonna find it for $10. So I didn't. The last time I checked, I didn't. I just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what was going on with it. I didn't find any sold copies, and the ones that were for sale were way too much. So this book was there wasn't too many of them printed. I didn't get the exact number, but I guess I did get really lucky finding this book, and I'm happy to own it. So all right, this is Incredible Hulk number 340. I don't know if I guess I don't know if this theme is played enough in my hauls, because I tend to get a lot of different things from different places, different companies. But I'm a huge X-Men fan, so X-Men's my, I guess, number one from childhood on. This is a book I never actually owned though. I guess it was too pricey for me when I was a kid, and I guess when I got an adult, I was like, it's a cool fight between Wolverine and Hulk, but there's like Silver Age X-Men I'd rather buy than this. So I have a friend who found like a box of old comics. He's not in the hobby. He doesn't collect anymore. It's just stuff he had from when he was a kid, and he actually pulled this out and he was like, hey, do you want this? You like X-Men Wolverine, right? And I was like, nah. I tried to tell him how much it was, what it could potentially be worth, and he was like, I don't care, man, just take it. So my bud gave me this. So I was really happy to get this, and yeah, really cool gift. Something again, this is kind of a running theme. This is things from my childhood that I didn't think I'd be able to afford or acquire at any point. Just happy to own that. Really cool fight in there too. Great McFarlane artwork. This book, again, this is from my original collection. I found 1, 2, 3. So when I went back into my books, I found that I had 3 copies of this book. So knowing how I would budget for books, there's no way I paid full price for those, because I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So I knew I had one. I just didn't remember picking up 3 of them. So I must have got lucky a few different times at a few different cons. Maybe one I paid $15 for, maybe. But that would have taken a big chunk out of everything I took to spend. So this is Wolverine number 1 from the miniseries. Great Frank Miller cover. I got a new stand too. I do remember when I first acquired it, how happy I was, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, yes. And then I was like, oh man, I got to get the rest of the series so I can finish it. And it's a good read. Just one of those books I was really happy to own as a kid. So happy that I kept looking for it even though I had my first copy. Not so much time has passed. I don't even know which one was my first copy. I'm assuming maybe it's this one. This one that's got a few. Looks like it's been read a few times. So I kind of feel like this was my first copy. Also, Wolverine number 1. Again, this book doesn't command the price that it used to. So, when I first got my copy, I was ecstatic. It's probably not that big a deal now, but I guess Wolverine overall, big X-Men fan. So, yeah, you can imagine a kid picking something up like this. I don't know, maybe it's equivalent of, I guess it's not as expensive as a Deadpool book, but I guess a kid today finding Deadpool's first appearance or something, cheap. Even though this isn't Wolverine's first appearance, it's just, first of his run there. Yeah. This is Wolverine number 10. This is the first fight of Wolverine and Sabretooth. Again, one of those books I managed to pick up when I was a kid. Happy to pick it up. This book, like the Wolverine number 1, was a lot more expensive when I was a kid. It doesn't command what it did before, but still, great fight. And Wolverine is, well, he puts up a fight, but he's not winning any fights with Sabretooth at this time. Speaking of Sabretooth, this is Iron Fist number 14. Really happy to find this guy. I found this for $50. I walked into a store with Longshanks, and I went straight to the wall. I wanted to see what they had, and I look up, right above my head, I see this thing, and I see $50. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it, so I pulled it down. I took it. There's no way I was going to leave it there for $50. First appearance of Sabretooth, Iron Fist 14. And you know how much of a Wolverine fan I am, so to find something like that, just awesome. Alright, this is New Mutants 87. Again, a book, continuing with the theme, that was really expensive when I was a kid, and you know, it had come down after the first Deadpool movie came out. It just happened that I ran across this book for like $40 maybe. I think it was 40. And I was talking to the guy, and eventually I got him down to 30. I offered him 30. I didn't think it was going to take. He was like, all right, fine, you can have it for 30. So I got New Mutants number 87, first appearance of Cable, for $30. As a really good deal. It's a great book to own. Again, something I wanted from childhood. And like soon after I bought this, maybe a month or two, you know, it leaked that Cable, or yeah, I guess that's when we found out Cable was going to be in the next Deadpool movie. Soon after, maybe not a month or two, maybe just around there. This is Marvel Team Up number 53. This is the first time John Byrne draws X-Men. Really happy to own this book. It's a good story too. I just got to get the second part to it so I could finish reading it. Anytime when I was a kid and I imagined, you know, I would daydream about the X-Men, I was always daydreaming about John Byrne's X-Men. So that's why this book is important to me. And I think I paid $10 for it. It's a really nice copy too, and really happy to own it just for that reason. So yeah, really happy to own that book. All right, so I think Black Star beat me to the punch with all the X-Men books. So I'm going to show you some X-Men books, but probably not as many as I would have showed before I saw Black Star's video. This is X-Men number 12, first appearance of the Juggernaut. This was at the Yorba Linda Con. Found a seller. I think he had this for $80. I threw 50 at him, and he took it. So I got the first appearance of the Juggernaut for $50. And I can't say enough good things about the Juggernaut. That guy's terrifying. He's a terrifying villain. So really happy to own this. One of the my opinion, one of the great big bads from the X-Men, or anywhere in Marvel Comics, really. Hell, he beat the god Sidorak, the god that bestowed his powers upon him. He's pretty crazy. He's a badass character. So this, I don't know. That's just ridiculous to me that I own that. So happy to have it. Another book I got. This is Crazy Beat, but I don't care. I own it. I got the first appearance of the Sentinels, X-Men number 14. I think I mentioned I paid $10 for it. It's like missing part of like a letters page or something, but screw it, I got it. Another book I wanted. A lot of these, like from here on, it's gonna be like, with a couple exceptions, books I just wanted from childhood. Happy to get this book. X-Men number 28, first appearance of the Banshee. love the character. I really love how they wrote him in his first appearance, and I feel he's a little powered down or watered down, in, in later issues, but here he's still killing it. Here's X-Men number 35. I really love this book. Where was this? Where did I first read this? I'm not sure if this was a Marvel Tales reprint that I first read, or if it was a milestone issue. But either way, it's a great issue. Pretty sure that's it. I think this is the one where Spider-Man tries to join the X-Men, but Xavier won't let him because he's not a mutant or something. Anyway, I just remember enjoying the read. And besides that, great artwork, cool cover. And, it's funny. Again, it always goes back to childhood. But when I was a kid reading, I guess a reprint. Yeah, it had to have been a reprint. It wasn't this. Reading a reprint, you're just like, yeah, I'm never going to buy that. Because you see, like, when I was young, they had something called Wizard Magazine. And you would see the prices for these Silver Age books. And you're like, I'm never going to own those. So it was a pipe dream. Here's X-Men number 54, is the first appearance of Alex Summers. Easily my favorite of the Summers brothers. He's a great character, and this is his first appearance. Really happy to own that book. What is this? I don't remember what I paid for it now. This is X-Men number 55. This is the first time Alex Summers' Havoc's powers manifest. I got this for $10 over at Spiro's Heroes. X-Men number 60. First appearance of Sauron. And yeah, it's cool. Excuse me. Cool character. Love the cover. This is Uncanny X-Men number 129. You can tell I ran out of Mylar when I had bought this book, I guess, because I just kept it in the one it came in. I kind of overpaid for this because the back's kind of not great. I think I paid like $40 for it, but what are you going to do? Tons of first appearances in it. You got Kitty Pryde, White Queen, I'm sure some other stuff. It's just not coming to mind at the moment. But great book to own. Lots of first appearances in it. I love books like this. This is Uncanny X-Men number 130, first appearance Dazzler. Yeah, not much to say about that. What did I pay for this guy? $8. Yay! Uncanny X-Men number 133. This is this book again. One of those books as a kid. Didn't think I could afford. From damn Wizard Magazine, crushing my dreams with their high prices. But yeah. Yeah, you get older and you find you can wheel and deal at cons, and so, I was able to get a great price on this. This is Wolverine tearing through the Hellfire Club, and he's murdering all the guards who then, in the future go on to be the Reavers. That's a newsstand copy, and if I could see what I paid for it, I'll let you guys know. Nope, I don't remember what I paid for this. It's not written on there. This is Uncanny X-Men number 141. This is my avatar. That's how much I love this cover. As first part of Days of Future Past, I believe this is the first appearance of Rachel Summers, maybe Pyro and Avalanche, and some other stuff. Let's see, is it the death of Franklin Richards too? Anyway, Days of Future Past. It's funny. I had a friend who read this. Like in elementary school. I guess he had the issues somehow. So he read them, but he wouldn't let me read them. So he would tell me the story. So I would be like, hey, can you tell me that X-Men story again? So he would tell me the story of X-Men Days of Future Past at school. It's like in elementary school. Yeah, this is a book I actually scored in my teens, I think. Yeah, don't know what I paid for it, but I'm happy. When I picked up my books, I was like, oh yeah, it's in there. This is Uncanny X-Men number 221, first appearance of Mr. Sinister. Just a great villain, and he's a thorn in Scott Summers' side, so that's a plus. Let me see. It's a great copy of this too. $6. Yeah, I found that guy for $6. This is Uncanny X-Men number 266. This is one of the rare times where I panicked and I was like, oh, I got to get a copy of this before it blows up. So I think I paid like $60 for this. It's kind of like what it's selling at now, but whatever. I got it. I finally got it. I had one actually, but it was kind of beat. It had like a little hole in it right there, like a little pinhole in it, and it was well read. So I upgraded it, I guess, for like $60. See what yeah, I think it was 60. So first appearance of Gambit, great X-Men character. Very happy to own this upgraded copy. And I found the other copy a nice home, so it's all good. This is Uncanny X-Men number 423. This is the price variant. I'll get a little closer so you can see what I mean. If you look right there, it says $2.25, and up on top it says 25 cents. So this error was only in newsstand editions, and it's incredibly rare, very, very hard to find. I found this in a dollar bin of all places. Yeah, I was just ecstatic when I found that. Again, road trip with you-know-who. So just great book to have found. This book in like mint condition, slab, sold for like I think $1,000 a couple years back. So that kind of set the bar. It's probably not that high anymore. But there's another version of this that has it doesn't have the 25 cents. Doesn't have this stamp on it, but it still has the price error down here. That one's like a $40 to $100 book. This one commands more though. This is the more sought after of the two error printings. This is NYX number 3. Being an X-Men fan, I would buy everything X-Men that was coming out. So there's quite a few books. I got like runs of Excalibur and New Mutants, the New Warriors. I don't know. Oh, maybe not the New Warriors, but I got runs of a lot of X titles, like spin-off X titles, Cable, and NYX was coming out, so I started buying those off the newsstand. So I got this for $2.99, probably like 20% off. So what, $2.40? Probably paid like $2.40 for this. NYX number 3, first appearance of X-23, Laura Kinney. So yeah, this is one of those rare, very rare scores off the newsstand or off the stand for me. Yeah, didn't expect this book to have blown up this much. It was, I guess the day it came out, like if you went to Frank & Sons, it was probably like a $20 book already, the day it came out. So it was already doing something the day it came out, but I didn't expect it to blow up like it did. So here we have New Gods number 1. If you saw my last haul video, you'll know why this is in here. I paid $12.50 for this book. I think I got this. Yeah, I got this when I found the Tomb of Dracula 10 and the Mad Love. And the reason this is here is, as you can see in the last video, it's actually signed by Jack Kirby on the inside under the Indica. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, lots of first appearances in this guy too. And what do we have? Is this the last book? All right, yeah, we're finally at the end. Sorry, Jesus Christ, 53 minutes. All right, this is Jimmy Olsen, number 134, first appearance of Darkseid. Just found this in a dollar bin, so if you're curious about it, you can see it in my last haul. But crazy book to have found in a dollar bin. Found a lot of other good stuff in there too. Anyway, that's my top 50. I had some more that I would have shown, but Jesus Christ, I didn't expect it to go on this long. I apologize to the Doom for making it this long. If you watched it all the way through, sorry. Yeah, so everybody please go and sub Doom143, Mrcollector123, Cyle13, and Thimothe, Canadian Comic Hunter. All of them can be found in the description below. As a matter of fact, I'll put in a link to Comic Brains, who did that great book for me. He did that artwork for me. Didn't charge me or anything. It was just a cool little prize he sent me, and he's still out there doing it. I just saw a video that he just gifted somebody else with a great Logan sketch. So again, congratulations to the Doom, and hope you get a ton more subs out of this. So thank you, my friend. Everyone have a good night. Late. Oh yeah, mahalos. That's what I was trying to do. All right.